Thank you very much. And today I would like to touch shortly on the importance of communicating about olive oil quality and authenticity, taking the OLEUM project as our case study. So I would like to start by setting a scene and highlighting the current state of the world we live in. And that world is where science is, in a way, in a swirling nightmare of information quicksand. What it means is that consumers are often bombarded by information coming from different sources, from health professionals, governments, NGOs, companies, but also from family and friends, and more from social media, not mentioning the general media. And it's not only the headlines that people may get confused or misinformed by, but it's also that social media that provides a lot of contradicting and inaccurate information, especially when it comes to science, where science is often misrepresented. So that leads to a huge confusion amongst consumers, and that ever-growing fear, especially when we're talking about food and food products, that ultimately leads to mistrust. And it's especially relevant when we talk about foods that can be subjected to fraudulent activities, as previously mentioned by our coordinator, Professor Toski, that oils and olive oil in particularly is at the top level, yes, of those activities. That leads to distress in the olive oil sector, lowering consumer trust, and of course affecting olive oil reputation. And that's why the OLEUM project and the work that has been done over the past years in OLEUM is very important, and it's critical that we communicate it and disseminate our results to as wide network as we possibly can. By communicating about OLEUM, we want and hope to preserve the image of olive oils, and also increase the confidence of consumers and markets in the quality and authenticity of olive oil. And in the next 10 minutes, I would like to give you a very quick snapshot of some of the activities that we carried out within the project. So first of all, we started with creating that communication and dissemination plan. If you want to think of it as a roadmap, this is where we decided what audiences we're going to communicate to, what information we want to communicate to them, and also selected appropriate tools and methods and channels to be able to reach our audiences with the information that we know they need. We also created a data management plan to describe how we're going to handle the data throughout the lifetime of the project, but also after the project completion. With that road map under our belts, we moved on to creating the project identity, which was a critical part of the project. And we put a lot of effort to make sure that that identity clearly represents what OLEUM stands for. And here I would like you to look at our logo and notice that in the center of the logo we have a bottle of a quality olive oil, which is exactly what OLEUM stands for. We also have a shield that represents protection, guardianship, and defense of that quality and authenticity, which is our main objective of this project. You can notice that the logo is very symmetrical, which should evoke stability and trust. And the shield is changing into blue color, which represents the traditional glass that is being used in olive oil testing. So it's been very important to us to make sure that this logo represents what all of us, all partners believe in terms of this project, but also to make this project identity recognizable to our external stakeholders. And that visual identity has been maintained throughout. all the materials that we created, all the corporate templates, leaflets, the presentations that you see today. In terms of the materials, now I would like to first touch on the materials that we created for general public. And when we communicate to general public, we want this information to be understandable, accessible, and applicable while being informative and correct. So we put a lot of effort into create 2 infographics aimed at our general public. First of which is about how our olive oil is produced, with step-by-step production process of olive oils. And the second one is about extra virgin olive oils, its attributes, characteristics, but also some tips about labeling and storage and packaging. As I said, we want this information to reach the public, for them to be able to use them and apply in everyday lives. So we also translated those infographics into several different languages to make it as easy as possible to our consumers. The materials have been also transformed into some engaging resources. For example, an interactive game. We prepared that magnetic board. You can see our researcher Enrico here interacting with families at one of the events aimed at general public, where he explained the step-by-step process of oils production. And the game was easily adjustable to the level of details depending on who we were interacting with. We also prepared banners and roll-ups which we could display at various events, both for general public and technical audience. Within the project, we also prepared the video. It was a very quick, concise, playful video, but extremely informative, saying exactly what OLEUM project is about. And we also translated we provided subtitles in different languages to be able to reach as wide audience as we possibly can. Moving on to materials to technical audience and our scientific community, we approach this by publishing in trade magazine. Here is just a very brief overview of some that we were present at. But of course, our researchers were very active on the scientific scene, and over the 4 years, we published 16 papers in scientific journals, but also we were present in many conference proceedings, and OLEUM was also a topic for some student thesis. So this has been present in over 50 scientific publications. And also OLEUM researchers and scientists delivered over 100 talks over those years. And that has been in person and also online. The COVID pandemic didn't stop them to spread the word of OLEUM, not only being present at many high profile conferences, but also they provided their own training workshops. Some of the methods that you've already heard of developed in the project were recorded as videos, and you can listen to them in more details. They are available on our YouTube channel and also from our website. For everyone interested in ongoing updates on what has been happening within the project, we also sent regular newsletters. You can still sign up, although probably there won't be any more, though all of the newsletters are available on the website and also accessible in many different languages. So in terms of general dissemination for both technical audiences and general public, of course, the majority of dissemination is done online via website, social media, and online media. And here's a snapshot of some of our statistics, how we reached our audience via our websites, newsletters, and other social media platforms. But I want to mention our website, which was the main information hub for OLEUM. We updated the website regularly with all the news and resources that we created, but we also really cared about functionality of the website, so we were changing it whenever it was needed to add different tabs to make sure that people can access it easily. In terms of the social media platform, our main platform was Twitter. We really narrowed our focus on one social media platform, and this was a very good strategy because we reached nearly 3,000 followers. We were tweeting at least twice a day, sometimes more. We created special campaigns like today, so please go and follow us on Twitter today, where we creating highlights of this event. But yeah, it's been a very good strategy, and we posted a variety of content from information about OLEUM, our publications and news, but also general information about olive oils, as well as engaged with our followers via polls and quizzes. We got very good feedback, and people very valued the content that we were providing. You may think this slide is very busy, and it surely is, and it's just because it's impossible to showcase all of the media, online media presence of OLEUM. It's not only that we were present in the specialized online magazines like Olive Oil Times, but also in more mainstream media. And it has been a huge success and really a great result for us to be able to be present at many different levels for many different people, stakeholders, both general public and technical audience. And in 2020 alone, we reached over 10 million people. So the OLEUM project is coming to an end, but our Twitter, OLEUM website, and LinkedIn profile are here to stay. So I highly encourage you to go and see more there. I couldn't present everything to you today, so all the information, resources, materials are there for you to view, download, and enjoy. So please go and follow us and on all those platforms. At this stage, I just would like to thank all of the partners, because thanks to them, thanks for their contribution, hard work, and input, we had such a wealth of information to be able to communicate about. And I also want to thank you all for your attention and for joining us today and tomorrow. And I hope you enjoy this event. Thank you.